Do you feel it? That subtle stirring in your spirit, the whisper in your heart that says, it's your time, it's not a coincidence, it's not wishful thinking. God is speaking directly to you today. He is declaring that your season of sowing, of struggle, and of waiting has reached its divine conclusion. Now it's your turn to receive. For too long, you have watched others step into their blessings. You've celebrated their victories, even as you wrestled in silence with your own battles. You've wondered, when will it be my time? But God is not unjust. He has seen your faithfulness. He has witnessed every tear, every prayer, every act of obedience. And he is saying, I have not forgotten you. When God says it's your turn, no one can take it away from you. Not circumstances, not people, not even your past mistakes. His blessings are irrevocable. His timing is perfect, and his promises are sure. What you must understand is that receiving isn't passive. Receiving requires positioning. Just as the farmer prepares the barn for the harvest, you must prepare your heart and your hands for what God is about to pour out. The waiting was never wasted. Every challenge, every delay, every not yet was refining you, shaping you, and preparing you. God never blesses prematurely because his gifts carry purpose, and purpose requires preparation. So if you've been faithful in the little, if you've honored God in the shadows, get ready. Heaven's resources are about to meet your readiness. But remember, this turn is not just about you. God blesses to make you a blessing. When he fills your cup, it's so it can overflow into the lives of others. Your receiving is tied to someone else's breakthrough. That's why stewardship matters. That's why humility is essential. The same God who lifts you up can bring you low if you lose sight of his purpose. This is not the time to doubt or hold back. When God says it's your turn, step boldly into it. Don't apologize for the blessing. Don't shrink back because others may not understand. You've paid the price, you've passed the test, and now it's time to reap what has been sown. Let the doubters doubt, let the skeptics scoff. You have divine approval, and that is enough. The word says, he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. What God starts, he finishes. What he promises, he fulfills. So don't waver in your faith now. Don't let fear rob you of what's already been declared over your life. The gates are open, and your name is being called. Step through with confidence, knowing that the same God who brought you to this moment will sustain you in it. The blessings of the Lord make rich and add no sorrow. But they also come with responsibility. As you receive, ask yourself, how can I use this to glorify God? How can I serve others with what I've been given? The greatest measure of your blessing is not in how much you keep, but in how much you give. God's timing is always intentional. If he says it's your turn now, it's because he knows you're ready. So walk into this season with gratitude, with faith, and with expectation. Trust that the one who has called you to receive is also equipping you to handle what's coming. This is your moment. Embrace it. God declares that the season of sowing, struggle, and waiting has ended, and it is now your turn to receive his blessings. This isn't a random moment or an accident. It is the fulfillment of divine timing. God operates outside of human understanding, orchestrating events in ways we cannot see or comprehend. Every delay, every closed door, and every not yet was part of his grand design to prepare you for this exact moment. You see, God's timing is perfect. We may question it, resist it, or even doubt it, but his plan is never late. He doesn't rush and he doesn't delay. He knows the weight of the blessings you are about to carry, and he ensured that you would be strong enough to handle them. If he had given them to you before, you might not have been ready. But now he says, the time has come. You are ready to receive what I have prepared for you. Think about the journey you've been on, the times when you felt overlooked, the moments when you wondered if God had forgotten you. He was there in every trial, every setback, every tear. He was working behind the scenes, aligning circumstances, molding your character, and building your faith. What seemed like delays were actually divine appointments being scheduled. And now the appointed time has arrived. When God says it's your turn, it's not just about receiving blessings, it's a confirmation that the wait was worth it. It's his way of affirming that he sees you, he knows your heart, and he has not ignored your prayers. He has been preparing you for this moment, and this moment has been prepared for you. It is a divine intersection where your faithfulness meets his favor. God's timing is a reminder that no one can take away what he has ordained for you. The world may try to distract you, people may try to discourage you, but what God has written in your destiny cannot be erased. The blessings with your name on them have been reserved in heaven, waiting for this exact moment to be released into your life. This is not the time to question or hesitate. Trust in the process that brought you here. Trust in the God who has perfect knowledge and perfect timing. He is not just giving you what you've prayed for, he is giving you what is exceedingly, abundantly above all you could ask or think. This is your time, and when God declares it, no force on earth or in heaven can stop it. It is your turn to receive. Not because of luck or coincidence, but because God has declared it so. He has set this moment apart, and he has set you apart for this moment. Step into it with confidence, knowing that his plans for you are good, his timing is flawless, and his blessings are beyond measure. God sees your faithfulness, your perseverance, and your obedience. Even when you felt unseen and unnoticed by the world, God was watching. Every act of kindness, every moment of sacrifice, every prayer whispered in the quiet of the night, none of it escaped his notice. You may have wondered if all your efforts were in vain, if your dedication was making any difference, but let me remind you, God is not unjust. He does not overlook the labor of love you have shown for his name and his kingdom. There were moments when you felt like giving up, times when the weight of your burdens seemed too much to bear. Yet, even in your weariness, you remained faithful. You chose to trust God when it didn't make sense. You chose to honor him even when it cost you something. You held on when others let go. That kind of faith doesn't go unnoticed in heaven. God treasures it, and he rewards it in his perfect time. God's faithfulness to you is unshakable. If he promised it, he will bring it to pass. And he has seen your steadfastness, your refusal to quit, and your willingness to trust him even in the midst of uncertainty. That kind of obedience moves the heart of God. The Bible says that the eyes of the Lord search the earth, looking for those whose hearts are fully committed to him. And when he finds such faithfulness, he responds with favor, blessings, and honor. God has been keeping an account of your sacrifices. Every time you gave, even when it hurt. Every time you served, even when no one else noticed. Every time you chose to do what was right, even when it wasn't easy. He has not forgotten a single thing. And now he is saying it is time for the reward. It is time for the harvest. When you were misunderstood, when you were overlooked, when others questioned your motives or belittled your faith, God stood beside you. He saw your heart when others judged your actions. He saw your tears when others only saw your smile. He heard your prayers when others dismissed your pain. And now he is declaring that the season of testing has passed and the season of blessing has begun. Understand this: God is faithful to those who are faithful to him. He cannot lie and he cannot fail. If he has seen your faithfulness, your obedience, and your trust, he will respond. Not in half measures, not in small doses, but in an abundant outpouring that leaves no room for doubt. What you have sown in faith, you will reap in joy. This is not just about what you've done, it's about who you are. You are a child of God, and he delights in blessing his children. You are his workmanship, created for good works, and he takes pride in the faithfulness you've shown. So as you stand on the brink of this new season, know that the God who saw you in the valley is the same God who is lifting you to the mountaintop. You have been faithful in the little, and now he is ready to trust you with much. When God says it's your turn, no one and nothing can take away what he has planned for you. His word is final, and his authority is unmatched. The blessings he has prepared for you are not subject to the opinions of others, the circumstances around you, or the schemes of the enemy. They are yours because God has decreed it, and his decrees are unshakable. Think of this: when God opens a door, no one can shut it. It doesn't matter who opposes you or who tries to stand in your way. The power of God's declaration is greater than any human effort to block it. You may have faced people who doubted you, circumstances that worked against you, or even seasons where it felt like everything was falling apart. But when God says it is your turn, nothing can hinder what he is about to release into your life. God's blessings are not negotiable. They are not dependent on earthly systems or limited by human understanding. When he calls you into a season of receiving, it's because he has already set everything in motion. The delays you experience, the detours you didn't expect, none of these can stop the fulfillment of what he has planned. In fact, those very challenges were part of his preparation, ensuring that when the blessing comes, you are ready to walk in it with confidence. The world may have told you you're not qualified, you're not good enough, or you're not ready, but the world does not have the final say. God does. He doesn't choose based on earthly qualifications. He chooses based on his purpose and his will. When he decides it's your turn, his choice overrides every other opinion. It silences every critic, shuts down every doubter, and dismantles every obstacle. Understand this truth: what God has for you is for you. It has your name on it, written in the heavens, and no one can take it away. The enemy may try to delay it, distract you, or discourage you, but he cannot deny it. God's plans are unstoppable, and his timing is perfect. When he declares that it is your turn, all of heaven moves on your behalf to bring his word to pass. Even the challenges you face have served a greater purpose. They weren't there to destroy you. They were there to prepare you. Every trial, every test, every tear was shaping you into the person who can handle the blessings God is now releasing. And now the time has come. The enemy's plans have failed, and God's plans are prevailing. When God moves, it is undeniable. His blessings are poured out in such a way that there is no question about their origin. You will know, and everyone around you will know, that this is the hand of God at work. No force in the universe can stand against his will, and no power can stop his blessings from reaching you. This is your season, and God is the one who has declared it. Trust in his authority, rest in his promises, and know that his plans for you are good. The blessings he has prepared are not only abundant, but also unstoppable. They are yours because he has said so, and when God speaks, it is done. The waiting period was part of God's plan to refine and prepare you for the responsibilities that come with his blessings. It may not have felt like it at the time, but every delay, every challenge, and every unanswered prayer was a necessary step in the journey. God was not punishing you by making you wait. He was preparing you to receive something far greater than you could imagine. God understands the weight of his blessings. He knows that the things he has planned for you are not small or insignificant. They are powerful, life-changing, and impactful. But with great blessings come great responsibilities. God will not give you something that you are not ready to handle, because his desire is not just to bless you momentarily, but to sustain you in the abundance he provides. Think about a builder constructing a house. Before the roof is added, the foundation must be solid. Before the walls are built, the structure must be stable. Similarly, God was building a foundation in your life during the waiting period. He was ensuring that your faith, your character, and your wisdom was strong enough to carry the blessings he was preparing for you. He knows that without a firm foundation, even the greatest blessings can crumble under the weight of their responsibility. During this time, he was shaping you, molding you, and refining you. The struggles you faced were not wasted. They were tools in the hands of the master craftsman. Every hardship was a lesson. Every setback was an opportunity for growth, and every disappointment was a stepping stone to greater things. You may not have seen it then, but now you can look back and recognize how God was working behind the scenes to prepare you for this very moment. God's preparation is intentional. He doesn't do anything without purpose. The waiting period wasn't just about building your strength. It was also about aligning circumstances, people, and opportunities to fit perfectly into his plan for your life. He was orchestrating events in ways you couldn't see, moving pieces into place so that when the time came, everything would align for your good. The waiting period also taught you patience, trust, and dependence on God. It reminded you that his ways are higher than your ways and his thoughts higher than your thoughts. It was in the waiting that your faith was stretched, your trust was deepened, and your relationship with him was strengthened. He wanted you to learn to rely on him completely, not on your own understanding or abilities. And now, as you step into this new season, you can carry the wisdom, resilience, and faith that you gained during the preparation. You are no longer the person you were when you started this journey. You have grown, matured, and become someone who can not only receive God's blessings, but also steward them well. This moment, this breakthrough, is the result of God's careful and loving preparation. He has not only prepared the blessing for you, but also prepared you for the blessing. And because of that, you can step into this season with confidence, knowing that you are ready to handle everything He is about to pour into your life. God's preparation was not a delay, it was a gift, ensuring that when your time came, you would walk in His abundance with grace, wisdom, and purpose. God's timing is perfect. And when He says it's your turn, everything begins to align in ways you could never orchestrate on your own. You see, God is the author of time. He doesn't rush, nor does He delay. He acts in the fullness of His divine schedule. And when the appointed moment arrives, His blessings come with such clarity and precision that you know without a doubt it is His hand at work. Throughout your journey, you may have wondered, why not now, God? Why do I have to wait so long? But the truth is, God wasn't withholding blessings from you. He was waiting for the perfect moment to release them. There's a divine rhythm to everything God does, and when He moves, the timing is always flawless. He orchestrates your breakthrough in such a way that it doesn't just bless you, it impacts others, magnifies His glory, and fulfills His greater purpose. God's timing ensures that you receive His blessings at the exact moment when they will have the greatest impact on your life. If He had given them to you too early, you might not have been ready. If He had delayed them longer than necessary, you might have missed their full potential. But in His infinite wisdom, God has chosen this specific moment, declaring that now is your time to receive. The beauty of God's timing is that it overrides all earthly limitations. When God decides it's your turn, it doesn't matter what obstacles stand in your way. He has the power to rearrange circumstances, open doors that were previously closed, and create opportunities where none existed. His timing doesn't conform to human expectations or constraints, it transcends them. Consider how many things had to come together for this moment to arrive. Relationships had to be established, hearts had to be softened, and circumstances had to shift all in ways you couldn't see or predict. While you were waiting, God was working behind the scenes, setting the stage for your breakthrough. He was aligning people and events to ensure that everything would unfold according to His perfect plan. When God declares that it's your time, no one can stop it. No opposition, no delay, and no human interference can alter His divine schedule. The Bible says that God makes all things beautiful in their time. And now He is making your life beautiful in ways that will leave you in awe of His goodness and grace. In His perfect timing, God not only blesses you, but also provides clarity. You begin to see how every delay, every challenge, and every closed door was part of a greater plan. What once felt like rejection now looks like protection. What seemed like a detour now appears as divine redirection. His timing reveals the wisdom and love behind every moment of waiting. God's timing is not just about the right moment, it's also about the right way. He doesn't simply release blessings haphazardly, He delivers them with precision, ensuring that they come into your life in a manner that brings you peace, joy, and fulfillment. He is never early, never late, always on time. Now that the appointed time has come, step forward with confidence. Trust that God has orchestrated this moment for your good. Embrace the blessings He is pouring out, knowing that they are a testament to His perfect timing and unfailing faithfulness. This is your season, not by chance, but by the deliberate and perfect design of the Almighty. When God declares that it's your turn to receive, He releases His blessings in abundance. These are not small incremental gifts. They are an overflow of His goodness, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. God doesn't do things halfway. When He blesses, it is extravagant, undeniable, and immeasurable. His blessings are designed to touch every area of your life, spiritual, emotional, physical, and financial, leaving no part untouched by His goodness. God's abundance is not confined by human limitations. He is not restricted by your current situation, your resources, or even your past. His blessings come from the limitless storehouses of heaven. When He says it's your turn, He opens those storehouses and pours out blessings so vast that they cannot be contained. The scriptures remind us that He is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or even imagine. This means that His blessings will not only meet your needs, but exceed your wildest dreams. Think of how nature reflects God's abundance. When He provides rain, It nourishes the earth and causes it to produce an overflow of crops. When he fills the oceans, they teem with life in countless forms. Everything God does speaks of abundance because he is a God of more than enough. In the same way, when he blesses you, it is not meant to be a trickle. It is meant to be a flood of his goodness. This season of abundance is not only about receiving it, it's about being filled to the point where you can pour out to others. God's blessings are designed to flow through you, not just to you. He wants you to be a vessel of his goodness, impacting the lives of those around you. The overflow in your life is a testament to his faithfulness, and it becomes a source of encouragement and inspiration to others. But understand this, God's abundance is not just material. While he may provide financial blessings, promotions, or other tangible rewards, his true abundance goes far deeper. He pours out peace that surpasses all understanding, joy that is unshakable, and love that never fails. These spiritual blessings are the foundation of everything else he gives. They are what sustain you through life's challenges and allow you to enjoy the fullness of his provision. This season of receiving also reflects God's character. He is not a God of scarcity or lack. He is Jehovah Jireh, the Lord who provides. He is El Shaddai, the God of more than enough. When he blesses, he does so in a way that magnifies his glory and demonstrates his love for you. His abundance is a reflection of his infinite power and his desire for you to live a life of fullness. And while you stand in this season of abundance, remember that God's blessings are never random. They come with purpose. He blesses you so that you can be a blessing to others. The overflow in your life is meant to uplift, encourage, and provide for those who are in need. It is through this giving that his abundance continues to flow, like a river that never runs dry. God's abundance also teaches you gratitude. When you receive blessings that you know you didn't earn or couldn't achieve on your own, it humbles you and draws you closer to him. You begin to see every good thing in your life as a gift from his hand, and your heart overflows with thankfulness. This gratitude deepens your relationship with him and keeps your focus on the one who provides, rather than on the blessings themselves. This is your season to walk in abundance. God has declared it, and nothing can stop it. Receive his blessings with open hands and an open heart, knowing that they are a reflection of his boundless love for you. And as you do, let that abundance overflow into the lives of others, creating a ripple effect of God's goodness that reaches far beyond what you can see. When God declares that it's your turn to receive, it comes with an unmistakable shift in your life. Suddenly, the obstacles that seemed insurmountable begin to crumble. The doors that were firmly shut for so long begin to swing wide open. Situations that felt stagnant are infused with new energy, and things start moving in ways you never imagined possible. This is not coincidence. It is the divine intervention of a God who moves mountains and makes a way where there was no way. You may have experienced seasons where every effort felt like pushing against a brick wall. You prayed, you worked hard, you persevered, and yet nothing seemed to change. But when God steps in, his power overrides every hindrance. He dismantles barriers, whether they are external challenges or internal struggles. His presence shifts the atmosphere, turning impossibilities into testimonies. What was once an unyielding obstacle becomes an opportunity, and what felt like a dead end becomes a new beginning. God's intervention is strategic and deliberate. He doesn't just remove obstacles, he orchestrates their removal at the precise moment when it will have the greatest impact on your life. He knows how to use even the barriers you face to elevate you. The delays and denials that once frustrated you become stepping stones, propelling you forward with greater strength and resilience. The things that were meant to stop you now serve as evidence of his power and faithfulness. When God opens doors, he opens the right ones. Not every opportunity is from God, but when he moves, his opportunities come with peace and confirmation. These are doors that lead to purpose, growth, and fulfillment. They are doors that align with his plan for your life and allow you to step into your destiny. And when God opens a door, no one can shut it. The Bible says what he opens, no one can shut, and what he shuts, no one can open. This means that his will is unstoppable and his plans for you are unshakable. God's timing and intervention also protect you. Some doors were closed because they were not meant for you, and some obstacles were allowed because they were safeguarding you from harm. But now in this season, the path ahead is being cleared. Every hindrance that once stood in your way is being removed, not just to bless you, but to set you on the path to your divine purpose. As these barriers are removed, you may notice that it isn't just external changes happening, it's internal transformation as well. God is also removing the invisible obstacles within you: fear, doubt, insecurity, and unforgiveness. These are the things that often hold us back more than external circumstances ever could. But in this season, He is breaking every chain and setting you free from anything that has hindered your progress. God's intervention is also a reminder of His sovereignty. He is the one who has ultimate authority over every situation. Governments, systems, and people may try to block you, but they are no match for the Creator of the universe. When He speaks, the universe obeys. When He commands, nature aligns. And when He declares that it's your turn to receive, all of creation works together to fulfill His will. This is why faith is so crucial in this season. You may not see the full picture yet, but you can trust that God is working. Every obstacle removed, every door open, and every opportunity provided is evidence of His active hand in your life. You don't have to force things to happen. You simply need to stay aligned with Him. Walk in obedience, listen to His voice, and step boldly into the spaces He is creating for you. This divine intervention is not just about you, it's about the people around you as well. As God removes obstacles and opens doors, your life becomes a testimony of His greatness. Others will see what He is doing in your life, and it will inspire them to trust in Him. Your breakthrough becomes a beacon of hope, showing others that the same God who moves in your life can move in theirs. So as you experience this season of God's intervention, embrace it fully. Celebrate the doors that are opening and the obstacles that are falling. Recognize His hand in every detail and move forward with courage and gratitude. This is your time, and no force on earth can stand against the plans of a God who has declared that it's your turn to receive. When God declares it's your turn to receive, He is not just promising you blessings, but a profound transformation in every area of your life. The shift that takes place when it's your turn is not a mere change in your circumstances. It is the unfolding of divine purpose. This is the season where God releases the things that have been promised to you, not only for your benefit, but for the fulfillment of His will in your life. Your receiving is not only about what you gain, but about what you will do with what God is giving you. Every blessing that God bestows upon you is carefully designed with purpose. He doesn't bless you just for you to hoard those blessings for yourself. No, God blesses you to impact the lives of others, to be a vessel through which His goodness flows into the world. When He says it's your turn to receive, He is also preparing you to carry a weight of responsibility to use the blessings in alignment with His kingdom purposes. Your wealth, your influence, your gifts, your opportunities, they are all part of His greater plan for the world. The moment you step into this season of receiving, you become a conduit of His love, grace, and mercy. As God blesses you, He is elevating your position, not for your own glory, but so that His glory may be revealed through you. This means you are being positioned to help others rise. Whether through encouragement, financial support, mentorship, or simply your presence, God is placing you in strategic positions to make an eternal impact. The blessing you are about to receive will have ripple effects reaching far beyond what you can see right now. You will be able to speak life into those who are struggling, share resources with those in need, and lift others up with the love that God has poured into you. But the blessings that God is pouring into your life come with a call to maturity. He is not just blessing you to enjoy a life of ease. These blessings are meant to stretch you, refine you, and prepare you for the work ahead. God knows the magnitude of what He is entrusting you with, and He is making sure you are ready to handle it. With every blessing, He will also equip you with the wisdom, strength, and discernment necessary to steward it well. As you walk in this season of receiving, He will continue to sharpen your character, enlarge your vision, and deepen your faith. This is a season where God prepares you for the next level of His purpose for your life. Receiving God's blessings also involves a process of letting go. Sometimes before God can give us the new thing, we must release the old. He will not fill your hands with abundance if they are already full of fear, bitterness, and unforgiveness. In this season of receiving, God may be calling you to let go of past hurts, disappointments, and regrets. He may be inviting you to lay down your plans and trust His greater ones. As you release what you've been holding onto, you make room for the new blessings He has prepared for you. The power of receiving also lies in its timing. There are seasons of preparation, and then there are seasons of manifestation. In the past, you may have felt as if you were overlooked, but now the season of manifestation has come. Just as a seed needs time to grow and develop before it produces fruit, your life has been in a process of growth. Every lesson learned, every trial endured, every prayer prayed has been preparing you for this moment. Now, the fullness of your preparation meets the fullness of God's promise, and you are positioned to receive in abundance. God's blessing isn't just about what you get, it's about who you become. As He pours into you, He is shaping you into the person He created you to be. Through this process, you will find your identity, your calling, and your purpose more clearly than ever before. Receiving from God isn't just about tangible things, though that is certainly part of it. It's about stepping into the fullness of who you are meant to be in Him. Now that the time has come for you to receive, you must do so with an open heart, ready to embrace both the blessings and the responsibility that come with them. Your receiving is not a passive act. It's an active acknowledgement of God's greatness and acceptance of His divine favor and a willingness to partner with Him in His kingdom work. As you step into this season, expect transformation, not just in your circumstances, but in your life's trajectory. This is not just a time to receive, it's a time to step into the divine calling that God has prepared for you, to live in alignment with His purposes, and to watch His plans unfold in ways that will astonish you and those around you. When God declares that it's your turn to receive, it means that He is not only bestowing blessings upon you, but He is also preparing you for an overflow and abundance that will go beyond your current understanding and expectations. This season of receiving is a reminder that God's plans for your life are not limited by your current situation. You may have felt stuck or as if you were not moving forward, but now God is opening the floodgates of heaven and His promises are being poured out into your life in ways that you could not have imagined. This abundant receiving doesn't just refer to material possessions or wealth. It encompasses every area of your life, your health, relationships, opportunities, and most importantly, your spiritual growth. God is pouring out His favor upon you so that you can experience His goodness in every aspect of your existence. He is bringing you into alignment with His perfect will. And as you receive His blessings, you will begin to see fruit in areas of your life that you never thought possible. Whether it's an unexpected financial breakthrough, healing in your body, restoration in relationships, or an outpouring of wisdom in your decision making, this is the time for it all. In this season of receiving, you will find that God not only provides what you need, but He exceeds your expectations. There is a difference between receiving what you think you need and receiving what God knows you need. Sometimes we limit ourselves by our own understanding, but God, in His infinite wisdom, knows exactly what you need and when you need it. The blessings He has for you go beyond the surface. They are tailored specifically to transform your life, equip you for your destiny, and enable you to carry out the assignments He has placed before you. God's abundance isn't just about receiving for the sake of receiving. It's about receiving with purpose. God wants to bless you so that you can be a blessing to others. The moment He opens the door for you to receive, He is also equipping you to be a channel through which others will be blessed. Whether that is through financial blessings, resources, knowledge, or encouragement, your receiving is tied to your ability to give. The more you receive from God, the more you are able to pour out into the lives of others. This is the true beauty of God's abundance. It's not just for your benefit, it's meant to have a far-reaching impact. In this season, God is teaching you how to be a faithful steward of His blessings. He is showing you that the more He gives you, the more responsibility you have to handle it wisely. Receiving is not just a one-time event. It's an ongoing process that requires continual obedience, humility, and stewardship. God doesn't just want to give you blessings. He wants to see how you will manage them. Will you use what He gives you to serve His kingdom? Will you share what He has entrusted to you with those who are in need? Your ability to handle the blessings you receive will determine the level of trust God places in you for future blessings. As you enter this season of receiving, it is important to be prepared for the shifts that will occur in your life. God is about to take you to new heights, but it requires you to embrace the changes and transitions that come with the overflow. There may be new responsibilities, new opportunities, and even new challenges, but each of them is part of the process of your growth. You are being shaped and refined for greater things. It is in receiving that you are not only blessed, but also made into the person who can sustain and multiply those blessings. In receiving, there is a deep understanding that this is not by your own effort or merit. God's grace and favor are what have brought you to this point. He is the one who opens doors that no one can shut, who gives wisdom that surpasses human understanding, and who provides for your every need. This season of receiving is a reminder of his unfailing love and his ability to do immeasurably more than you can ask or imagine. The blessings you are about to receive are not a result of your striving, but of God's incredible goodness and generosity.